In this video, I'm going to show you our exact process for how we audit our local service business clients' digital marketing efforts. Alongside this document, in the description below, you can also find access to this spreadsheet. This spreadsheet is basically everything we're going to go over today, but you can mark yourself a pass or a fail on everything we're going to go over today. And this should help you keep track of everything we do, so when we're done today, you don't have to go over and look at the video again. I mean, you can if you want, but you will have a easily digestible set of things you can do to fix. If you're failing on any of these, you know exactly what you're failing on and what you need to do to fix it. So without further ado, let's begin. We're going to start with the website because it's super important and it's also kind of my bread and butter. If you don't have a website, close this video and go get one, or give me a call and I'll make you one. I'll make you one also that's completely optimized. So going into it though, you want to make sure that every page has an H1 with a relevant keyword in it. Now if you don't know what an H1 is, a relevant keyword, just hold on, we're going to go look at that right now. So we're not associated with this brand at all. We've done no work for them. They don't even know I exist. But this Greenwood company based out of Seattle, they're an HVAC company, and I saw them and I thought, wow, they would be great to use an example for today's audit. So we're going to do that. And this also just proves that you can do this audit without having any crazy insider knowledge. Like, this is all stuff that you can just look at. Anyone can look at for your brand. So maybe that should scare you a little bit. If we right click and inspect, it'll pull up our little inspect viewer and we can click on this icon here. And we can see this is an H1 tag. We see that little H1 right above in this little box there. And we can also see H1 in here. Now H1 is important because it's basically the title of the page, and Google, obviously, Google's not that smart. You know, we may live in the age of AI, but Google still can't look at this website and know what it's about without analyzing the things about it. So the H1 is the title. That's huge importance to relevance of the page, right? Now, these guys do have an H1 on their page, but they're only really putting like Seattle as a keyword in there. So I would actually fail them because they should have HVAC or home heating or something in there, because they're clearly an HVAC company, but there's nothing about that in the title of the page. And so I would fix that. So I'm actually going to fail these guys. If you're following along, pass or fail, yes or no. We're going to skip out on this for this video, but this will be in the description. Make sure your page has a logical structure of H2 and H3. So just like the H1 is a title, an H2 is a subtitle, and an H3 is, a subtitle below that. So just like how in Word here, this is denoted as a heading 1, and then this is denoted as a heading 2, and then these are paragraphs. Just like how in my text document that I'm using to convey information to you through this video, your website too should follow that order. So we have, kind of like a title area. They're actually, what they're doing is this is where they're kind of keyword stuffing. There's an advanced strategy here too that like we could get into things, but H2 text, H2, H3 text, right? I've already looked at these. I can already confirm what they are. And this is proper structuring. I've seen, if you're just doing like H2, 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 and you're just trying to stuff a bunch of keywords, Google's going to pick up on that real quick, and they're going to, what's the word I'm looking for? They're going to punish your domain. Okay. They're going to punish your domain, and you're not going to get as many views or as much organic traffic. Right here, be cautious of overstuffing keywords. Just be cautious of it. Don't do it too much. Check your page speeds. Is your website fast enough? This is all part of the SEO analysis. Google doesn't like a slow page, and people don't like a slow page. If a page doesn't load within a couple seconds, people aren't going to check it out. And it's really easy to check your page speed. You don't even need to be a tech wizard. Just Google it. Just look up, website page speed checker. This website we're looking at right now, it's called Page Speed Insights. It's very good. You can see that on mobile, they count this as a fail because the largest content paint takes a little bit and the first one takes a little bit. If we look at their desktop score, it's a pass. So I would say, because these guys, this isn't like a global business, right? They don't want to show up in every single HVAC search. They're just trying to show up in Seattle and the Seattle area. You don't need to be super mega SEO, super mega fast. This is perfectly acceptable. For what this company is trying to do, for the area they're trying to target, the search ranking results they need, this is perfectly acceptable. If it was slower than this, it was like 4 or 5 seconds, I'd really be getting concerned, but 3 seconds, especially on the mobile version, you know, it's okay. Use your own discretion. You know, you have to decide if your company, if you're a local service business, you shouldn't need the most optimized website in the world, but it needs to be fast enough. All pages should be linked logically internally. So what does that mean? That means that I should be able to get from this home page here to any other page on the website without using this nav bar. The nav bar doesn't count. The nav bar is it's there and it does count. Like obviously a user can run through here, but when we think about internal linking, we want to think about how Google is relating these pages to one another. And we are also thinking about the client in a certain way. We're thinking about how can they navigate the website easily and how can we give context to other pages. So make sure that all from your home page to your deepest page should all be, I should never have to use a nav bar to get there. This is Mark from the editing bay. I totally forgot to mention mobile optimization, so I'm just re-recording this section really quickly. Guys, mobile optimization is super important, okay? 60% of users on the web are on their phone, they're on a tablet, they're on a mobile device, okay guys? Your website needs to be mobile optimized. So, like we saw with the speed score, it doesn't need to be the fastest thing in the world, but it does need to be mobile optimized. So when we look at this website on a mobile version, we see that everything still pretty much works the way it should. You know, you've got your logo up here and a phone button and a booking button. Great for them for having lots of calls to action, by the way. But all of the elements fit nicely on mobile. It's not a site where none of the elements respond to the size of the screen, right? We can see that the elements will actually change their layout based on the size of the screen. If your website doesn't do this, immediate fail, complete fail. Go back and get your mobile version working. This is probably priority number one if you don't have it working. And so that's all I got to say. Back to the regular video. Location and service pages. So this company, if you were paying attention, has a lot of service pages. You know, heating and air repair, heating and air replacement. Now you might be sitting here thinking, well, that's stupid. They're like the same thing. Why would anyone put that there? They have this distinction of repair and replacement because those are different words. Those are different meanings. Those are different intents. And Google knows that, and these guys know that. So when you're trying to capture the widest audience of people who need help, just help, right? Like replacement and repair is just help with your heating. Home heating help, but no one looks that up. They either need a replacement or a repair. And they're going to look up a replacement or a repair. And if you only have a replacement page, you're not going to show up on the repair search. Or at least you're not going to show up as highly. If I have heating and air replacement as the title of the page, and I have an H2, a little section in there about replacement, my page is not going to rank as high as if I just had a page fully about repair. But these guys don't have any service pages. If you look, there's no service pages. The only mention of their service area, Seattle, and they mention it up here, and I think it's even in the footer, but there's no service pages. Now, I would make a service page. I'd make a service page for Seattle. I'd make a service page for King County and Snohomish County. I'd make a service page for like any particularly populous neighborhoods in the area. You want to go as far down as you can within reason for your location pages. Most of them are not going to hit. Most of them are not going to get a bunch of views, but you still need them. So you show up in those search results because, you know, would you rather have one sale or no sales? So that's the SEO audit. It's pretty simple. It's all very like surface level stuff. As a local service business, unless you're competing in a particularly aggressive and particularly competitive market, you don't need a whole bunch of SEO. If you need more SEO advice though, just stay tuned on this channel. We'll definitely be making some more later. Conversion analysis. So now we're thinking less about how do we trick Google into thinking we're cool, and now we want to not trick people, but we want to convince people to sign up to our service and convince them that we are knowable, we are liked, and we are trusted, right? People don't buy your service unless they know, like, and trust you, especially if you're a local service biz, because a lot of the time that implies coming onto people's property, that implies going into people's houses. You need a lot of trust in the local service business game. And so conversion analysis this is all about looking at trust factors, really. So hopping right into it, the hero or the fold, whatever you want to call it, it needs to contain two things. A clear call to action. You need your H1 with your clear keywords. And you need to have a clear trust factor. So images of you or your team, awards you've won, reviews, etc. Things that build trust. So if we go look at these guys, I know what they're trying to do here with, like, I think this is the owner and then a dog, because you've got the dog, the golden retriever, as the mascot. I get what they're trying to do here. Personally, I would do this a lot differently, and I would fail these guys as a hero. You need a little bit more information here. Like, I need a keyword here. I need a call to action. I know they've got like this up here, but this doesn't count. Like, you should always have contact information and a contact button in the info bar, right? You've got your nav bar here, navigation bar, and your info bar here. This does not substitute a good hero. Just it doesn't. I get what they're doing here. It's cute. It's on brand, right? And we're going to talk about these guys as brand in a minute. But there needs to be a call to action. There needs to be a button or a form here, and there needs to be a bit more information. And trust factors too. Like, I would rather this be an image of the team. Like, they do have images. They like, the people on their team are willing to like stand and like take nice pictures. You can see it's on their homepage here, but they just don't have it here. So, demoted points. Does your homepage have reviews? If the keen-eyed among you would see right here, they do have reviews, and we're actually going to talk about the reviews in a minute because it's really important. But they do have reviews on the homepage, which is just like bare minimum. Do you have information about special offers you're running? These guys do. Little special offers. Now, this isn't a rebate. I put in rebate. I think I put in rebate here. I know I put rebate on this. Yeah, rebate and special offers. You always need to put that there. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Like, that's okay. But if you do have rebates or something you can offer, put it on the homepage. Put it there. Make sure it's front and center. Everyone can see it. Do all your pages have a call to action? So you need to pay attention. Your hero page, sorry, not your hero page. That's stupid. Your hero on your website should always have a call to action. There's no call to action here. There's no, and I think these change throughout this website. There's a call to action here. We'll call it even. There is a call to action. You need that. You need a call to action on the hero of every single page. All of your little pages, everything needs a call to action button because you want people to convert no matter where they are. I just had a client yesterday on his site. We got a form submission on the About Us page. So this guy was going through the website, looking at, our client's services, what he offers, and then he was like, oh, I want to learn about the company. I want to learn about who I'm buying this landscaping service from. And he must have decided halfway reading through it, because he signed a page, there was a sign-up form halfway through the page, and he filled out that sign-up form. He didn't go to the contact page and contact us. He filled it out right in the About Us page. That is the purpose of having a call to action, a conversion section on each and every page, because you just don't know when someone's going to say, I want to convert. It's time for me to give my information. Now we're going to look at social media. So you should be running your social media, and you should be posting at least once a week. If you're not posting at least once a week on your social media, I'm going to assume you're a dead business. Your social media needs to have a heartbeat. You probably don't get any likes, but you still have to post, because someone who is considering to buy your service is going to look at your Facebook if they can find it. And if you haven't posted in a year, they're going to be like, wow, this guy might not even still be doing what he's doing. So you need to post weekly, even if it feels futile. Speaking of social media and posting, you need to be on at least 2 platforms, and you should know where your target audience is. Now, if you're a local service business, a lot of the time, that's home services, really, Pardon me. A lot of the time, that's home services. You're selling painting. You're selling plumbing. You're selling HVAC. You're selling landscaping. You're selling flooring. You're selling, did I say painting? You're selling cleaning services. Oh my goodness, that was disgusting. Pardon me. You're selling all these services that associate with the home. Where are homeowners? A lot of homeowners are on Facebook, right? A lot of homeowners are also on Instagram. Now, those are also like the biggest social media platforms out there, but you got to know where your audience is. If you're selling something to like people who are really into business, if you're not a local service business and you're selling, you know, a lot of the software guys will focus on LinkedIn because all of their clientele, they're selling a software, they're selling a business software to oh my goodness gracious, they're selling a business software to business people. You're selling home services to homeowners. Know where they are. Be on those platforms. And you should be on at least 2 platforms. If you're just on Facebook, get on Instagram. It's so easy. It's all built into Meta. Are you engaging with your comments? So when you post a Facebook post and you get a comment, are you saying thank you or replying to what they're saying? You have to do that. That's what I like to call algorithm juice. So if your content is not being seen, but you are getting a couple comments from like your current audience, you should be replying and engaging with that. Because what that does is that shows the Facebook algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, whatever, that you are an active and engaging account. And not only do the algorithms like it, people like it. People like to feel like they are acknowledged. If you post something and they say, oh, wow, thanks for the great work, or oh, wow, I didn't know this. You just say something. You reply and you make them feel great. Like if a customer came into your store and said something to you, you wouldn't ignore them. You would reply to them, even if the reply only warrants a simple thank you. Just saying. Do you have brand guidelines and do you follow them? I'm looking forward to this one. This company, I chose this company because they understand their brand really well. They've got the green and this like gold, it's like a gold color and white. And that's it. That's like their brand color. Now, it's kind of hard to digest to see, like they're certainly using a font theme on this website, but it doesn't really seem like they have like a font they're in love with other than like their Greenwood font. But just like even having a color scheme for your website, a well-defined, well-understood color scheme, and one piece of iconography that is highly identifiable is enough to build your local service brand off of. And these guys have got creative. If we go to their Instagram page, we can see that they're actually building one out right now. They're posting it slowly. You see this little, whoa, what's this? What's going on here? Oh, what's this? Oh, do we see that all of these posts have a through line? Quite literally, there's a through line. Wow, look at that. Now, a lot of you guys will make Facebook posts, and it's just this. It's just the raw image of like these AC units that they installed. And you think that's good enough. It's not good enough. Welcome to the 21st century. We live in the age of social media. Just posting a raw image of your, something you installed is not enough. Look, they've managed to fit their logo in there. They fit some text into here. How close can air conditioner be to your a question. They put a question in here, and there's an answer in here, which also links to their website, and it creates a bigger scene with the line. This is what you need to be doing. You need to be doing something like this where everything you do online is consistent with your brand, and that builds huge trust in homeowners because it says to them, wow, this is a professional guy, a professional team who knows what they're doing and takes themselves very seriously. These guys aren't going to come to my house and do a shitty job. They aren't going to come to my house and rob me and kill me, And that's your goal with digital marketing more than anything, is just showing how real and trustworthy you are. At least for social media for local service businesses. And this kind of just builds on the whole branding thing. Again, trust. Do you have pictures of your work, team, and testimonials? If we go back and pay attention here, they totally do. Now, these are obviously, this is a staged picture, but the guy's still wearing the Greenwood hat, the Greenwood shirt, looking happy. It's still a picture of your team, even if it's not a picture of your team in the like rough sense that like, oh, they're out there working. It's still pictures. This is all you need. Take the young, handsome guy in your office and get him to stand in front of a green screen or a neutral background and just put him. This guy is not in this home. I'm telling you, he's not in this home. They just took this kid, put him on a blank background or a green screen, and then popped him into this scene. But again, It's a Greenwood shirt. Like, it's good enough. It shows that you have actual employees who are good enough that willing to stand in front of a camera and smile is more than enough. Finally, because we're trying to keep this short, we're trying to keep this quick, we're going to look at your Google My Business page, and there's only a couple things we got to do here. So you should have at least 5 photos, and you should have all your services listed with keyword and descriptions. So let's look at that first. And first, I actually want to mention why your Google Business page is so important. If we look up Seattle HVAC, Greenwood has the first organic result for the Google My Business fold. Now, look at this. They have the second search spot, but they don't have the first search spot. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter that they don't have the first search spot because they have the first business spot in the Google Business profile spot, which is massive. This is huge, guys. It's so much more important to be at the top of this than it is to be at the top of search. And you get to the top of this by 3. Well, really, there's just one main thing, but there's 3 things that like you need to like have overall finished. So you need to have photos, and you have, and this is where you want to drop your raw pictures. Like, oh, I just installed this. Like, there's no fanciness really about this. So drop your raw pictures here. You need to have your services filled out, like we were looking at earlier. You need to have your headline and a bio, even if this is just like a shitty one-liner generated by a GPT. You still want to have this because it's the extra mile. Most companies, most businesses on Google will only put in the headline. So going the extra mile really makes you stand out not only in the eyes of Google, but in the eyes of the consumer. And finally, the biggest lever is reviews. So you can see that these guys, their newest review was 19 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, 15 hours ago. So these guys have a system for collecting new reviews daily. Maybe not on Sundays. Tomorrow's a Sunday. I don't know. But every day that they're operating the business, they are getting new reviews. Now, how are they doing that? They have built a system to get new reviews. Now, why is it so important to get new reviews? They've already got 2,700 reviews. Guys, they don't need any more reviews. What they need is the algorithm juice. How do you think they're staying at the top of that Google spot? It's because of the reviews. Yes, they have an entire, back system of marketing and everything else set up to put them in this first position, but it's the reviews, the consistent 5-star, mostly 5-star reviews that they're getting consistently. A lot of people will start their business. They'll be like, okay, I need to get boosted in Google. I'm going to get reviews on my page. And then they do a round of, they work really hard. They make sure that they get some reviews. They see results, and then they stop getting reviews because they saw results. Never stop getting reviews. If there's one thing you take away from this video, it's never stop getting reviews. Always get more reviews on your Google Business profile, and you will see massive growth in terms of your positioning in the business profile section. So like we said, all services filled out, reviews. Do you have a system for getting consistent reviews? This is a big one, guys. This is a big one. Make sure your website is linked. And just like with the Facebook comments or, social media comments in general, you have to engage with the reviews. You got to reply, thank people, all of that good stuff. And that's pretty much it. This is the whole thing. Super simple. It's taken us maybe 20 minutes to get through this. I have this exact form. You can download both this and a spreadsheet version of what we've just gone through, where you can fill out yes or no for things you pass and fail on using the criteria laid out. I've gone ahead and even added a little place for you to fill out your fails, fill out your easy wins, because we all know how important it is to get a couple easy wins in when you're trying to fix yourself and make a long-term plan. So, if you like this video, please give us a like. Everything we talked about, the documents will be in the description below. Leave us a like, follow, share, and if you want digital marketing done for your business without you having to lift a finger, give me a call. I'm Mark at Mighty Men Webcrafters. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, here on YouTube. And have a great day. Thanks for watching.